And I think this is my last video for today, in terms of me filming it today, not of all time. So this is a game that kind of weird that I would say that this is one of my games that I would keep and keep on playing over and over again. But I honestly don't hate Duke Nukem Forever. I really don't think it's all that bad. I think 3D is better, but I don't think Forever is really all that off of it. So, obviously, the number one thing is Duke Nukem Forever took 15 years from introduction to production. So, that was something that kind of really sucked. But when I played the game, I really liked the physics engine. I don't like the two gun system, but that's kind of just that was what was around in Duke Nukem Forever. They do have glory kills too, which is kind of odd. But no, I really don't hate Duke Nukem Forever. I think it's a bit overhated. Actually, this is one of the few games where I actually think it's not right that the critics gave it such harsh reviews. I think it's fine, and especially the joke that I always like before I played DNF, all I ever saw was, "Oh, this is the worst game ever. This sucks." The clip of Duke Nukem saying, "Power armor's for pussies," and then the other guy saying, "Ah, well, does that mean you don't want it then?" That was really funny. It's there are a few moments in here that do make you laugh. I don't. I think it's a little like anticlimactic, and it's definitely 2010s. It's basically like Bioshock 3 where they took out all the weapons because it's like Call of Duty, it's so cool. But no, I don't think it's all that bad. Like you can write with your own poop. That's funny. Who doesn't find that funny? Who doesn't find that funny? He's like, "Oh, gross. I'm grabbing my own poop. Ew. I feel like an animal." I liked it. It was funny, you know. I haven't played it in a while, but I always like use that joke as like I don't think Duke Nukem Forever was that bad. I don't like the vehicle sections either. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's like Siphon Filter 2. I don't think it's like the greatest game that ever existed. But no, I think it's fine. I think it's a solid game. I would definitely play 3D over it, but I this is like one of the few games where I played and I'm like this actually is not that bad. So, yeah, there's really nothing else to say because I haven't played it for so long. I mean, I remember the Hoover Dam levels, and I honestly really liked the because Duke Nukem had that in Duke Nukem 3D where they showed off the physics engine. I liked the beginning part of the physics engine where you got to write down everything. You know, you could go to the bathroom and grab poop. You can go, you can pee. Like you can play pool. That was really cool. I did like the physics engine when it was shown, but it was kind of just there was no way that it could ever live up to what had happened. And it's also weird because they had a bunch of other games too. So Duke Nukem Forever really wasn't the sequel to 3D. Like I guess you can't. I don't know if you can hear that. There's some guy. Well, I live in a condo and there's someone blowing off their driveway. I mean, you live in a condo, dude. Why are you doing that? Dumb. But no, I think it's good. I just wish that they made it more traditional. But it's like that. They really couldn't make that either because it wasn't until like, man, what was the first shooter that let you was like a boomer shooter? I think it was Dusk. That was like the most popular one. It clearly wasn't, but I mean like Dusk was the first one that went back to it where it was like, oh, you could just use a bunch of guns. But like, no, it was not popular to have Bioshock 2 levels of weapons and plasmids. No, you need to have two so, normies can pay attention to what's going on. But, yeah, I like Duke Nukem Forever. I like it. It's good. So, I hope you have a good one, and I will see you in the next one.